Hey, good morning, racing fans, and welcome to a recap edition of the weekend's racing from the Maritime provinces. And what a fantastic weekend we had this past weekend with, of course, Truro finishing up their big week on Friday night. And they had a fantastic card there. And then on Saturday, of course, we had Northside in the afternoon with Hugh Heff versus Mapo's Lion, round two. And then on Saturday evening, Red Shore Charlottetown. And then Sunday, of course, was Governor's Plate kickoff with the two elimination heats plus the Ruby Chapel. So all kinds to talk about. First of all, we'll go back to Friday night and Mark Campbell. What a night he had. 6 winners on the night. And in some Atlantic Sire Stakes action, Mark's wins, including Big Pond Cash, a winner in 155. Love this colt. He's raced extremely well all season long and picks up a record of 155 on Friday night at Truro. Then Salzbrook Rollo. What a first performance for this 2-year-old pacing filly. And she is a nice one. Mark Campbell drives, Landon Campbell, the trainer. And she's a roll with Joe filly, actually. $40,000 yearling purchase. So they paid a fair amount for her. But the Pinckney stake is the race that she won. And they went for just over $20,000. So she got $10,000 of her investment back for her owners. So she looked fantastic. 157 on Friday night at Truro for a maiden record. And speaking of 2-year-olds, Call Sign Rooster continued his winning ways as the son of Cattle Wash wins in 158 and 2. Robert Laffin, a big night on Friday night as well. He had 3 winners. And speaking of Robert Laffin, also winning with Artillery Sealster, a son of Bulldog Hanover, who now is 2 for 2, 156 and 4 on Friday night at Truro Raceway. Fantastic trip for him. Then some more winners on Friday night included Fill My Beer and Mark Campbell winning in 154 and 2, another new record. Bit of an upset in this one as Malevolent finished second in that race, just couldn't get to the wheel of Fill My Beer. He won by, I believe, at least a couple of lengths in that one. And big trip for him, 154 and 2. And another big trip for Mark Campbell with Bentley, another Landon Campbell train, or actually John Clary and Mike Clary has this one, Bentley. And nice new record on him as well, 154 and 2. Mark Campbell also took the top class on Friday night for overnight pacers with the old American Risk. Just keeps winning, this guy. And he was a winner again on Friday night, 153 and 2 with Campbell on board, and looked good doing it. So All My Lovin', also a winner for Campbell for trainer Earl Watts on Friday night. The mile there in 155. So that was Friday night's card at Truro Raceway. The wagering over the entire card reached about $38,000 for Friday night to wrap up their Grand Circuit week of racing. So a great week of racing at Truro for Atlantic Grand Circuit week. Seen some great miles, and they put on a great show the entire week. So a job well done by those folks at Truro Raceway. Then we turn our attention to Northside quickly, and the talk all week was, would Mapo's Lion put away Hugh Heff again this week? And the tables got turned this week. Both horses ended up getting the Northside air early and often in this one, as Kiss Me, I'm Irish. This little mare loves to leave, and she took on the big boys early and kept them out most of the way, actually, in this one. And Hugh Heff was the survivor of the park job, we'll call it, on Saturday afternoon in Northside, as Hugh Heff wins in 156 over Mapo's Lion. So we'll see if they put in again for this coming Saturday. and see if they can kind of have the rubber match on this Saturday. So we'll see what happens there. Thunder Alley also a backup class winner at Northside on Saturday afternoon. A nice mile for him, 1:57:1. He's an old veteran and just loves to win. And another on the wire-to-wire gate performance for Thunder Alley on Saturday at Northside. Then, of course, Sunday was Governor's Plate week kickoff, and all kinds of things happening on Sunday afternoon, including the Ruby Chapel, 2 eliminations of the Governor's Plate, and we'll recap those for you now. And first of all, got to say, in the final race of the afternoon, all eyes were on Save America. He's undefeated here in the Maritime since coming back from last season, where he raced in the final of the Gold Cup and Saucer in 2024. And he was hoping, of course, to go on to the Gold Cup and Saucer this season. And unfortunately, the horse sustained an injury in the race on Sunday. And sad to see for the connections. I know I was talking to one of the guys that are in on this horse, and very disappointed and so sad to see, because this guy's such raw speed and can bust the gate like not many horses that we've ever seen around these parts. And he had Mickey Shawn to contend with yesterday, and everybody was looking forward to that matchup. And it did happen for part of the race, but Kenny Murphy had an unfortunate break with Save America just after the half-mile point on way to the 5/8 pole. And, unfortunately, Save America is going to be sidelined for an indefinite period of time. They are hopeful that he will race again, which is good news. And so we'll be looking for and following his progress as the weeks and months go by. So best of luck to the stable, Anthony McDonald and his group, and everybody involved in Save America. We wish you a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see him to get back on the racetrack. And in that race, Mickey Shawn ended up winning. Mark Campbell, another big day at Summerside yesterday. 6 more winners for the King. That's why they call him King Campbell. And he wins 6 more at Summerside on Sunday. And Mickey Shawn, a winner, 151-4. And this horse looks fantastic. He came first up at Save America. And to tell you the truth, it was interesting because early on in the race, Jason Hughes had all bets on Tex and had the inside post advantage, and decided to wage a little bit of war against Save America and parked him out to the opening quarter in a dazzling 26-1. And that certainly would take a sting out of any horse. And, I think that Mickey Shawn may have wore down Save America either way, but nonetheless, a big win for Mickey Shawn. Mark Campbell driving, and he gets in the final. So looking forward to seeing him next week. And the other elimination winner was Twin B Tough Enough. And what can you say about this guy? Trainer Ron Matheson, driver Gilles Barrio, and Patrick Morris. What a combination they've been. This horse has been rock solid. He's been in the breeding shed. He's been to Saratoga down in New York way, racing in the off season while the free-for-alls are shut down here. And he's just one of those horses that just loves his job. He loves to race every week, and just a passionate horse. And you can see it in him every week, and just love to watch this guy go. And he makes the final. He, of course, is the defending champion of 2024 when he won last year's Governor's Plate in a bit of an upset last year. So can he do it again? Possibly, for sure. But, he's going to have his work cut out for him. And it's going to come up to the draw as It does most years. I mean, half mile track, of course, the draw is one of the most important things, especially at Summerside, going 8 wide. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But a fantastic day at Summerside. And of course, unfortunate incident with Save America, though. And again, we wish his connections a speedy recovery, and we'll have more coverage of the Governor's Plate week as the week progresses. And also wanted to mention, of course, yesterday, the Ruby Chapel and some good racing there. Rosetown Mary, this mare just keeps going. She's one of the toughest mares that we've seen for a long time in these parts. And, Corey McPherson has her ready to go. She didn't even have to leave the pylons yesterday, and she got the job done in the Ruby Chapel stake yesterday at Red Shores or Summerside in 154 and 4. So this week coming up is the Trotters on Tuesday night. So we're going to see some Trotters in action among the starters in the Governor's Plate week racing that continues on Tuesday evening. And then, of course, there's racing next Friday night and Saturday night. And I'm going to be in Summerside live on location, and we'll be doing some on-site interviews, hopefully, with even some of the drivers and trainers and so have you in the Governor's Plate. And, of course, the draw will take place probably midweek sometime for the starters in the Governor's Plate. So looking forward to that one. So fantastic weekend of racing all around, and looking forward to this week covering the action. And again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, PEMF Equine and Greg Porter. They do some great therapeutic work for not only racehorses but other animals as well. So check out information on his business. That's PEMFdaddy.com is his website address. And you can see about his services and book appointments. And also check our Facebook page, which, by the way, almost 5,500 people on our Facebook page now. So thank you very much. We love bringing you up-to-date results in real time as they happen. We're proud of what we do here, and like to thank the other partners that help out with the site. Of course, Frank does a fantastic job covering the Ontario racing scene and some of the horses from out of the Maritimes that go on to greener pastures up in Ontario. And Frank does a fantastic job covering that. And also Mark Cudmore does some work for us as well. So we appreciate that, appreciate our sponsors, and definitely appreciate you who take part in our page, whether you're sending us a like or you're commenting on our posts. We just love to see the interaction. And, we do get some bickering back and forth. We had one yesterday, but I see it as all in fun, and as long as it doesn't get personal and too dirty, we allow it. And we believe in freedom of speech and that kind of thing on the site. So anyway, thanks again, and we'll be back throughout the week on the page to update you on the happenings around the Maritimes, not just in Summerside, but the big thing is we have to remember, outside of Prince Edward Island, outside of Nova Scotia, we still have racetracks that we cover. Unfortunately, Woodstock and New Brunswick is down, as you know, right now. Don't have an update on that. Do believe they are scheduled the end of this month, probably in another couple weeks, I do believe. And I'll try and get an update from Kyle Burton, the commissioner of the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission, to see what the status on that is. But again, if you're watching this for the first time, thanks for tuning in. It's a bit of an experiment for me today, so appreciate the constructive criticism or whatever, but I've never kind of did this YouTube thing on my own, so something I'm trying, but may go back to FaceTime Live if this thing doesn't work. So anyway, thanks again, and I'm Scott Waddell, and we'll do some more hopefully on this platform in the coming days, weeks, and months. Thank you very much.